How's it going, guys? So today we're going to do something a little different. That's Bernie behind me, just doing his own little thing. But let's do some readings from Reddit. I pulled up a few things. I was thinking about doing Am I the Hassle, which I'm sure we will do. But in the meantime, today I had a moment of... Hi, Bernie, again. I had a moment of having to vent myself from my job with my mom. And it was lovely. So I went onto Reddit and looked up some retail hell moments. So why not? Let's do some readings on this. See how it is. We'll start off small. These ones won't be too crazy, but future videos, I'm sure, will get pretty into it. And Bernie left. Anyways, first one. This one says, the title is actually, this one's Human Stupidity Never Ceases to Amaze Me. Me either, so... I'm sure this will be good. 3 examples of human stupidity to cheer you up or further kill your faith in our race. I just laughed inside while I helped. I work in a large UK company. Example number 1. I'm filling the sugar display up. Customer walks up to me and asks, "Where's the sugar?" Yeah, that one. So simple. So stupid. But very common. I also have a retail job, and yeah, very common thing. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Happens so often that it's the least of my worries. But it's still super annoying, you know? It's still very annoying. Just do a quick look around before, jumping the gun and just distracting an employee from what they were doing. Bernie. He's being a bad boy now. Anyways, moving on. Example number 2. I'm filling canned soups. Yeah. I'm filling up the canned soups. Chap comes and asks, "Where's the ground pepper?" I take them and say, "Peppercorns, ground pepper right next to it." I leave him to complete his task. He goes and asks another colleague, who comes and asks me. I asked, "Was he wearing a dark coat?" Lo and behold, the guy who asked me 2 minutes ago is the same guy. I put a pot of ground pepper in his hand that I got right next to the peppercorn. Yeah, that also happens a lot. It's just, I've never had it where it's that. It's very frustrating. I can't even speak words on it. I've never had it where it's like I showed them where the product was and then they never took the product and went to ask someone else for it. That's a new one. Interesting and confusing. But I've always have had it where the customer will come up, ask if you have something. I say, "Sorry, it's out of stock. We don't have it today." 2 seconds later, they're asking a colleague of mine where that product is. They give them the same exact answer. So then, we go in the back room and we have a chat about how so annoying they can't just take the first answer. I realize they might think that, we're wrong or we didn't want to check. Trust me, we know. I've been there all day long. I know. Example number 3. And this is the kicker, as he says, or they say. I don't know who this is. Stood there in full uniform, got a high visibility vest on. Never called it that before, but this is from the UK. They say things differently. With the company name on it. I was carrying a full case of a long life UHT milk. Don't know what that is other than it's milk. But anyways, to put it on the shelf and got asked the eternal question, "Do you work here?" Whilst I'm decked out in the work uniform. Super annoying also. I think I don't know. I think maybe this one's more like the people that just comes out of their mouth. That's their way of saying "excuse me" instead. They say, "Do you work here?" You can easily just say "excuse me" and then ask the question, but whatever. What are you gonna do? All right, next one. Titled, "No Bags." I had to do a closing shift last Saturday. Some customer yelled, "No bags," twice at me. I look at her face and she tells me, "I never get bags here. It's an ingrained habit and literally my job to bag the customer's groceries. She could have told me before I started scanning all of her stuff. Like, can you please not bag my groceries? And how was I supposed to know that she never gets bags here? I've never seen her at the store before, and I've worked here for 4 years. I just put on my fakest smile and got out of there as soon as I could. She didn't have to yell at me. That was a quick one. Yeah, that's super annoying. I hate that. It sucks that she yells, honestly. A lot of people do this. I'll be bagging stuff sometimes if I'm ringing, and half the time I'll be like putting stuff in the bag. Oh, no. This is separate. The worst part, actually, is when you're ringing stuff and you're halfway done ringing, and they're like, oh, wait. This stuff is separate. I need 2 separate transactions. I'm like, well, we could have informed me of this before we saw ringing and separated this out. So I knew what was happening. But no, we don't do that. We just leave everything mixed up in the cart, and I'm not going to say anything to the cashier, so she has to read my mind and see what happens. It's not how this works. No. Communicate a little with the cashier or whoever you're working with, and things will run much smoother, but, it's fine. All right, we'll do 2 more. This is going to be quick. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video, so. But 2 more. This one's a little bit longer. Not super long, but a little bit longer. Titled, Please Don't Throw My Card at Me. Right off the bat, we're not doing well starting off. I would be pissed. Anyways. I work at a membership-only warehouse. Wink, wink. We could take guesses. We were about 15 minutes after close. We're not doing good on this one. No. 15 minutes after, you should have been gone. See ya, not doing this. And a man comes up and starts unloading. I ask for his membership card, and he proceeds to throw it at me. And when I say throw, I mean he's at the end of the register, I'm cashiering, and he throws like he doesn't give a F where it lands. Okay, I'm picturing this man just hucking it at this cashier. Not a fan. I've had customers do that, not with a card per se, but with change, which honestly is not any better. Change hurts, and he threw it directly at me. I was like, nah. This is... Retail makes you real salty towards, like, just people in general. Retail life will make you salty. Although everyone should work retail at some point, just so they know how to treat people. That should be a rule in the world, honestly. People would be a lot nicer and just better people in general. Wow, look at... Bernie's just doing weird things behind me. He's being a weird and bad boy. Anyways, let's keep reading. I took a deep breath and just signed off and had someone else ring him up. Smart move. First off, take a deep breath. You got to do that. Otherwise, you might say something you shouldn't, even though he deserves it. And then having somebody else come in. Yeah, if you have that ability, great. I would be doing the same thing. I walk back after the transaction is done and notice the man is waiting for me. Oh, no. He approaches me and proceeds to tell me that it's the end of my shift, but I still have a job to do and that I should do it and not walk away from my job. No, this man is not going to be telling me how to do my job. Especially when he's acting like that. I told him that I don't take that kind of disrespect. He then tells me he's not going to do this back and forth. Then why did you wait for me? So that you could yell at me? I just look at him confused, and he called me an effing a-hole because I didn't ring his groceries myself. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Maybe don't chuck your card at someone and expect them to not think that's rude. That's like when people throw their money at you without handing it to you. Yeah, people, first off, people will throw their money, like I just said. The guy threw change at me. Later on, other employees did tell me apparently he he hates women. So if you're just a woman standing behind the counter, expect change being thrown at you. Every time there was a man, he never did that. He respected them. He was nice to them. So, I think that was a him problem. But don't take disrespect like that. No, just I think that person did great. They handled it well, took a step back. They knew if they stayed, they probably were going to say stuff. Could have potentially got them in trouble. They did good on that one. The customer, though, do better. Last one. It's a short one. Short and sweet. But it'll be good. Titled, Why Do You Need to Park 5 Steps from the Door? Why do you? I have a lot of opinions on this one. It's not like super bad, but still, it's just my own personal pet peeve and opinions. I think for my own personal job that I do, it's just... Anyways, one thing I don't get is working in a small shop. The amount of people that park as close as they possibly can to the door. I've started telling some people they can't because they're literally blocking the door. And then other customers have to open the door awkwardly, not to hit their cars. And they always hit me with the, I'm disabled. Okay, do you need to cause a fire hazard though? You can't back up the car literally a few inches or park in the parking spots that are literally 15 steps from the door. And yes, I went outside and counted as many steps as it takes from the nearest spot. Yeah, I'm with this person on this one. So I work in not really a small store, retail-wise, but the actual storefront of it isn't very big. So the parking lot it's not great, but it's decent enough. Gets the job done. But when it's busy, you will see people. There's like 2 rows from the front door, 2 parking rows that are right in front of the door. People will go up and down those 2 rows. There's plenty more on either side. But those 2 specific rows, people go up and down in the car, over and over, waiting for a spot to open. I don't get it. It's making a traffic jam in the parking lot, driving through when people are trying to come in, trying to leave, customers walking. It's just, so annoying. Just park a little bit further away. If you're disabled, that's different. I understand that. We have some handicap spots. If they're full, I understand. Wait for the closer one. But trust me, there's not that many disabled people coming to my store. I understand. I know that. But I see so many people doing this up and down the parking lot. It's so frustrating watching this because I'm like, dude, you could and they'll wait like a solid 6 minutes for a spot to open up. That I'm like, there was a spot, I don't know, I think it was like 7 feet away, a little further away, that they could have parked in. I'm like, you can't just take the extra couple steps and just park somewhere else. It saves you time. It's so frustrating to me. I can't stand it. It's just one of my pet peeves. It's a really innocent thing that shouldn't bother anyone. It bothers me. Just park further away. Take an extra couple steps to walk there. It's not a big deal. It's great for your step counter if you're doing that too, for a heads up. Anyways, that was all we're doing today. I'll try to find some other readings, or if you guys want to like send me stuff or tell me about stuff, and I'll put it in a video maybe. But yeah, I think I kind of like doing these. I'm hoping these work out, and hopefully we'll get some more exciting ones. But just wanted to start off easy for this time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what we're doing next time.